All right, we have another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile with Ben.
Yes, sir. This recent Sunday, I got top 8 at a regional in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Playing a more of a control-oriented deck, Primite Apophis. I'm not the creator of the deck. All credit goes to the proper person for that. But I did make some very slight changes, and I had a pretty successful run with it. So I figured I'd make a deck profile.
All right, hell yeah. Well, let's see the deck, Ben.
Alrighty. I played the best normal summon in the game at 3 barrel.
Hell yeah.
Mandatory engine piece, man with a mark. He's good, but you want to be normal summoning, this one, not really this guy. 1 angel trumpeter. Insane. Normal monster, gotta play it. Another normal monster, Psy-Frame Driver. Sometimes you just gotta tribute something for him and attack your opponent with him.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And then the cards that go with him, 3 Delta. It's a really good hand trap. Very powerful. I didn't draw it too often, but when I did draw it, it was very good.
Very good.
And then 1 Gamma.
1 Gamma.
It's insane. I never drew it. But, if you draw it, it is like really insane. 3 Ash. Really good hand trap. Mainly for like ashing, Draco Tail, fusion, whatever, stuff like that.
Nice.
3 Bell. It's kind of just generically good. Good point of interaction.
Got win with the basics.
That's right. This is probably the best hand trap in the game. Maybe it should be at 0 because I drew it like 6 or 7 times, and every time I drew it, I just like automatically won the game, and it was really stupid. But yeah, those are the monsters.
Hell yeah.
Onto the spells here. Triple copies of Lordly Load.
Lordly Load.
Insane card, it's definitely the starter you want to see. 3 Treasures. Very good, another good starter. It gets you your negates and whatnot. 2 Extravagance. Drawing 2 cards is good. Prosperity, probably slightly better than the other 2. Although I did get hit with Droll more times than I thought I would, which is kind of weird, but it also makes sense. But even still, it was good. This is kind of a difference. 2 Drill Beam. I feel like the deck functions a lot smoother with the 2nd Drill Beam because you're kind of just basing your whole game plan around this sometimes, and then if something happens to the first one, you're kind of just dead in the water, so it's really good to have a 2nd one to fall back on.
Yeah.
And then Terraforming, it just gets you the treasures. It's a starter.
Nice.
2 of the Apophis Trap Negate. Not once per turn, by the way. If you get both of them set up, it's just 2 negates, which is really silly. Apophis the Serpent, gotta play it. It's
gotta play it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then more hand traps here. Get these out of the way.
Nice.
Quick. Yeah, the last of the hand traps. Triple Impulse. This card is insane. You can stop fusion spells, stop other stuff with it. It's just incredible. But it's also kind of a problem because if you do use it as a hand trap, then you might just lose in the long run anyway because you can't activate your Earth monsters, which hurts your game plan a lot. So it's kind of weird sometimes, but you still just have to play it, I feel like, in this type of deck.
Yeah.
And then 3 Purge. It's pretty good. It's just a decent interruption. I didn't play against any Mitsu actually, which is weird. Although there was Mitsu in the room, but I didn't get buried into it, I guess. But this was still fine. And then lastly, 3 Imperms. It's just another generically good card. So yeah. That was the main deck. 41 cards, by the way. Then I guess we'll do the extra deck now.
Yeah, we got to.
Lambda, I never summoned it, but it definitely can come up when you like go first and draw your psi frames. And so it could come up. It didn't come up today, but it could. Link Spider, 2 of them. It's actually a lot more important than I realized at first, because what you can do with it is you can, the traps that summon themselves are kind of those normal monsters. So you can turn them into this and then like make SP and banish a card. So it's actually pretty useful to have. 1 rabbit. This actually gets you into your Apophis stuff, which is neat. It didn't come up today, but it could. Little Knight. Generically good card to just banish something. Nightmare Cerberus for removal. It never came up. Omega. This card was summoned quite a lot today, or the other day, and it was really good. Like, it's actually very funny. Like, and then removing a card from your opponent's hand is actually going to like matter a lot sometimes. Just a really good thing to end on. Typhon. It comes up in like comes up in like weird grind game scenarios a lot actually. Zeus. I never summoned it. Like, when you go for this, it's kind of a telegraph, and usually your opponent puts a stop to it. But, it could come up, though. Baguska. Actually, I played 2 Baguska. This is usually what I'm trying to end on. It's just a really good extra deck monster to end on. I think one match, my inboard in, like, Game 3 was, like, Baguska. My opponent was under Shifter, and I had, like, 5 negates. So that was, that was a pretty good board. Time Thief Redoer, never summoned it. Divine Serpent, incredible card. I don't think it came up too often, if I recall. And then the last 2 cards are Ghost Reaper targets. I didn't play against Moonlight, so this didn't matter. I did play against Yummy, and I drew the Reaper, and I Reapered out their Snatchies, and they were kind of just like dead in the water. Yeah, it was really nice, actually. It was really nice. So there's that. And then lastly, the side deck here. 3 Retaliating Sea. This card was amazing. I played against a lot of Draco Tail, and I kept drawing it, which is really good. It kind of just really shuts down most of what they want to do. And it was incredible. And it was definitely a good choice because Draco Tail was just so popular. And then 3 Ghost Reaper for the mentioned targets. This card is really silly. Probably just feels like it shouldn't exist sometimes, but it does, so you can abuse it if you have the space for it. 2 Contact C. I also used this against Yummy, and it was pretty good. I slowed him down a little bit. 2 Skullmeister. This card was never used as a hand trap, but there were a couple times where I just summoned it as a decently large body to attack with, or like link into stuff. So those were those, and then 1 Called by the Grave for going first, and sometimes second. It's just very good. Stopping a hand trap is always good, and it's a really good interruption against like Yummy and Draco Tail as well. And then 2 Warning. I kept drawing these, and they were just incredible. They were really good. Warning on one of the Yummy synchros, or like Noroi or something is really good. And then 1 Judgment, the best Yu-Gi-Oh card ever printed.
Ever printed.
It's an incredible card. But did I even draw it? Not sure. I don't think I ever drew it, but still a good thing to have in the side. And then Verdict of Anubis. This definitely came up a couple times, and it was really strong. It's a really good counter trap. So there's that, and then of course my 3 Tri-Brigade tokens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gotta have the tokens.
Got to have the tokens.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Anything else I should mention? Here's the matches I played. I landed squarely in 8th place of top 8, but you know, a dub is a dub. So
Dub is a dub.
I'm not really gonna super run through them, but I'm just gonna have that on the screen there. So if you want to pause the video.
5 and 2. Those are the results we like to see.
Yeah, that gets you there some days, but so you can just pause and look through those if you desire. Yep, that's the deck.
All right. Beautiful.